It's finally time again that I did a quiz. But this quiz ties in kind of with what we've been doing throughout like the past month or so. It ties into the test, it ties into Outlast trials. And that is phobias, fears that we have. So I just picked a random quiz, so let's just see what, first of all, the questions of that will be, and secondly, if I find out that I do have a phobia with that. So let's jump in and have some fun with that. How would you feel if you entered a room full of mannequins? I feel like I need to censor one of them specifically, but that's the other thing. As long as there are not 13 mannequins, I'm okay. Interesting. As long as they do not turn into zombies, it's fine. Also interesting. Why? What? Okay. I run faster than a bull out of that room. I hope they are all beautiful mannequins. Well, I mean, none of these technically fits me, but as long as they don't turn into zombies, I guess I'm fine. Are you afraid of turning ugly someday? No, I'm gorgeous. Even if I'm the most hideous thing in the world, I am gorgeous. Oh, and I look cute. No, I'm ugly in the first place. I will feel sad but not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. Yes, that's why I'm taking care of my face. No, I'm not afraid. If I look disgusting, that's what I look like. Suppose it's Friday the 13th. Will you travel on this day? Yes, I will. I do not care. No, people say that a bad omen will happen every 13th. I don't care about the doomsday number 13. Yes, it's like an ordinary day to me. It is an ordinary day. Of course I will. That's a little bit too enthusiastic for me. It depends if I have something important to do or not. It's like an ordinary day. It is. It's not like, it is. It's just Friday the 13th. I'm not even doing anything special for YouTube on that day. So it's just a day. Who cares? I don't care, obviously. Do you enjoy watching zombie films? Yeah, I love horror movies. Actually, is there? No, I find such movies very creepy. That as well. But that's why I like them. Sometimes I hate them. They are very ugly and scary. I can get the ugly part. Some of them are just dumb but not scary. But I love horror movies. They're fun to watch. Which of these situations appears like a nightmare to you? It's an interesting picture that you chose there. I will die exactly 13th day of the month. That's a sentence. I'm attacked by a zombie. I'm being chased by Chucky, the murder doll. I become ugly. Which of these situations is like a nightmare to you? I don't care about that. I don't care about Chucky because I can punt that one across the room. I don't care about that. I guess the zombies, because if anything that's a more realistical threat. Pick a movie that you dislike. Friday the 13th, Train to Busan, Annabelle and The Descent. None of these are the ones that you have up there. A movie that I dislike, Friday the 13th. I know Annabelle. I am not aware of what Train to Busan is and The Descent, so I can't really say anything about that. And of any of them, like the original Friday the 13th is interesting compared to Annabelle. The original Annabelle is a little bit too slow for me personally, where I would appreciate Friday the 13th more. Again, I cannot say anything to Train to Busan or The Descent. I cannot dislike these movies if I have no clue what they are. So it's really between these two here, Friday the 13th and Annabelle. And I think if I had to pick to dislike one of them, which I don't, I think I would go with Annabelle because I think Annabelle is a little bit slower and therefore I would dislike it more than Friday the 13th. Even though I still like both of them. Will you join your friend at a party at a wax museum? Yes, why not? I will, but only if it's not Friday. What is your obsession with Friday the 13th? I asked you about phobias and you only give me like 3 things. Zombies, the stupid number 13, and being ugly. That's all you're giving me. And mannequins, I guess. Yes, I'm okay with it. Not at all. I hate those in waxes. Okay. Of course, I can wait to see movie star. I'm okay with that. It's fun. What do you think about the number 13? That it's overused in this phobia quiz. It's a very bad number. It's the number of How dumb are you people? What should I think? It's my lucky number. It's a number. Holy shit. People, come on! Are you comfortable sleeping with a doll in your room? Yes, I am. No, I don't have those in my room. Not at all. I'm afraid it may become like Chucky. That is a very specific circumstance if you know the Chucky lore. That's not just something that happens. Whatever. If it's beautiful, I will like it. But if it's an ugly doll, then I will throw it away. I don't care. I have my 2 babies sitting always next to me while I'm recording. We also have a lot of dolls. Not all of them are mine. In a bedroom. So I do not care. Can you guess by now what scares you most? Nothing. 13 zombies, ugly things and people. Human like, I guess zombies. Great, you have completed the quiz. Wow, it was a dumb quiz. You got Phobia. Consider the options that you've picked. It can be said that you have Phobia. People suffering from this fear are terrified of zombies or afraid of turning into zombies. I am not though. Wow, that was horrible. Let's find another one. So this feels a lot more official. So let's see. I'm troubled by persistence and unreasonable fear of an object, animal, or situation. Example: spider, needles, flying, heights, blood, and hurricanes. If anything of these things would trouble me, it's needles that I have a problem with, and actually quite some problem with that. So yeah, there's something that I do not like when thinking of. Facing the feared animal, object, or situation you experience shortness of breath and racing heart or trouble breathing. No, experience sudden terror, fear, anxiety or fright. Nervousness and start worrying. That's, yeah, muscle tension, trouble relaxing, feeling on edge or being restless. That also seems to be fitting. Are sweaty, shaky or lightheaded? No. Have thoughts of getting injured or other bad things happening? No, luckily not. Again, we're talking for me, it is like, if I think about something that would give me to that, it's needles. I really do not like needles. So yeah, nervousness and starting to worry, and like, I have trouble relaxing and I feel on edge and I'm a bit restless. Muscle tensioning, not so much, but I feel it tensing up in my stomach. When you think of facing this animal, object or situation, you distract yourself to avoid thinking about it, spend a lot of time preparing for it or procrastinating about the situation where the object or animal is. Try to avoid it, try to not approach or enter it, move away from the situation or try not to leave early. I'm going to distract myself and avoid thinking about it. The persistent and unreasonable fear of the object has been present for you for, well, oh wait. Well, I don't have a constant fear of it. It's only if I know that I have to get like a shot that I have that. And only then I have like this nervousness, like, oh gosh, no. But overall I had that since I was a kid. So I guess it's more than 6 months. But I don't have a constant fear of it, so it's less than a month. I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3 since I don't 100% understand what you mean with that question. So we're gonna lowball that because it's not a constant fear of it. It's I'm gonna have to deal with that thing, and then that fear comes. So if I know I'm gonna have a shot, it's like, okay, there's the date, and I feel a bit woozy getting close to that, but again, weirdly worded. The persistent and unreasonable fear of this object, animal or situation started suddenly after learning about it through television, books, radio or a relative friend. After a bad experience with this object, animal, yeah, after witnessing someone. Actually, it's after having a bad experience, and that was probably when I was in school and we got shots there. And I was one of the kids that got 5 shots in one day, and I felt really terrible and nauseous afterwards. And I think ever since that day, because that is such a vivid memory for me, I have kind of a fear of needles. So I think it is because of that experience. Next to this feared object, you also worry a lot about things other than the feared object situation that could go wrong. No, likely not. Also have rituals, obsessions, and there are compulsions that are not related to the feared object that help you calm down. I don't have that. Do not worry excessively about things that could go wrong. Also do not have rituals, obsessions, and compulsions to help calm you down that are not related to this fear. I don't have any of that. Let's see if we get an answer out of that. Hello, you scored a total of 10,512 points. In case you scored between 1, okay. So 10. If your score is higher than 1,347 points, based on your score, you are troubled a lot by a persistent or unreasonable fear of an object for more than 6 months, and it could negatively affect your social and occupation function. However, your score also indicates that you might be suffering from another mental disorder, such as post-traumatic stress disorder. In case you would like to know whether or not you're suffering from PTSD, which I'm probably not, take the PTSD test. We strongly recommend you to schedule a appointment. Wow! Okay, 2 quizzes in. One where you only had 4 things that you could be afraid of, and one where you get diagnosed instantly with PTSD if you have a certain score that does not translate to a phobia. I'm not sure I can take any of these quizzes that serious, even though this one looked more serious. But as it is, I'm pretty sure I don't have a phobia of anything. I just don't like needles, but I'm trying to get better with that. I had a fear of heights, and I got to conquer that with exposing myself to it. There's still a certain nervousness that I have if another person is close to an edge, because that still gives me this feeling in my stomach. But for myself, if I am in the situation of being close to an edge, I have a lot more control over that because I know how to handle myself now, thanks to my line of work with that. I'm trying to conquer my fears that I have, not because I feel like it makes me stronger, but because it makes the situations where I have to go be within the situation a lot more bearable. But yeah, overall, those are weird quizzes. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any phobias. Anyway, that was a lot more of a fun idea than it turned out to be, I think. Anyway, I still hope you enjoyed it. And maybe you learned something about yourself with those quizzes. See you next time. Bye!